Welcome to my channel. There's a certain kind of woman you meet in life. One who doesn't flirt loudly, doesn't chase, doesn't throw her softo your orbit like others do. She's snit giggling around you. She's not texting late at night and she's snit posting hints on social media hoping you'll notice. In fact, if you didn't know any better, you'd think wasn't arsed it at all. But her rest paradox, she's the one who feels the most. She's one who thinks about you more than she wants to admit. She's Theon whose heart races when you walk into through, but whose pride won't let it show on her face, because when a woman likes you deeply, it's not casual. It's not fun in games. It's personal, it's raw, and it terrifies her. She acts normal around you or even distant. She might avoid your eyes, she might keep things light but underneath its surface is a whirlwind of emotion she's trying to control, Bakuza deep down. She knows I are different and different means dangerous. Different means she could get thart, different means she might lose control. And so instead of leaning in, she pulls back. But here's what most men miss. Even when she hides it, her feelings leave behind the trail. In her eyes, in her tone, in her body language, in her silence. And once you understand how to read that trail, you'll never again left wondering what's really going on. So, in this video, I'm going to show you the 7 hidden behaviors that women display when they secretly like you deeply but don't want any emphasis. These are these subtle patterns, the hidden confessions, the emotional reflexes that betray watches, too proud or too afraid to say out loud. If you've ever felt like a woman liked you but was pulling away at the time. If you've ever sensed a connection but couldn't figure out why she suddenly became colder, quieter, or more formal, you're about to understand extrally why and what to do. Let's dive in. Most men walk through life blind to what's right in front of them. They wait for the obvious things. They wait for a woman to be direct, clear, and expressive. They wait for words. Buffers the truth most men ever learn. The deeper her feelings go, the quieter she becomes. Because even when a woman truly likes you, not casually, not playfully, not the I'll text him back in a few hours kind of liking, but the deep souling kind that touches her. She doesn't become louder about it. She becomes more careful. Suddenly, she's overthinking every move. She's trying not to stare. She's trying not to let her voice shake. She's trying to pretend she's fine when she's standing inches away from the one man who has got her heart beating out or rhythm. And in her mind, thus Becca's real desire isn't just exhausting, it's destabilizing. It's ensure emotional control. It awakens parts of her she's been trying to keep buried, and it makes her ask terrifying, what if he doesn't feel threesome? What if I show too much too soon? What if I open myself and gather Idagon? So what does she do? She hides it, she masks it with indifference. She builds walls with Daki turns down thelum of her body language, while her heart pounds behind the silence. And this is where 99% of men go wrong. They assume she's not interested. They assume her distance means disconnection. They assume her coldness means move on. But for the few men who have developed a sipple of awareness, the calm stoic ability to observe subtle energy, shifts to feel her without needing her to speak to. Notice the signs, shadow even realizes giving. Thosman, they see the truth, and because they see what most can't, they become what most women never find. This video is for that man. The man who doesn't beg for attention. The man who watches theorem in silence and reads everything loud and clear. Today I'm going to show you the hidden behaviors when they like you deeply but can't admit it. These aren't the tricks or cliches. These are the emotional fingerprints after female desire. The patterns they escape even the most emotionally garbed women, because while her lips may stay silent, her body will speak, her energy will shift, and her eyes will tell the whole story. But only if you're wise enough to notice. Let's get into it. She becomes emotionally guarded. Right when you expect openness at first glance, Cha seems polite, maybe even cold. She makes small talk, laughs at right moments, and carries herself with confidence. But the moment things get real, when you look her in the eyes, ask a question that cuts deeper, or say something, her entire energy shifts. Shields back, her posture tightens, her tone becomes safer, more calculated. Shara directs the conversation or brush it off with humor. Now, most men misinterpret this as a lack of interest, but the truth. She's emotional guarding herself because she likes you too much and she doesn't want to give a fat's part away. You've triggered something real in her and real scores. She's not buying cold. She's protecting herself from a feeling that's quickly growing beyond her control. And instead of expressing it, she retreats bend a mask off distance. The more she your emotion Fear she tests you not play games. By can you handle the fire behind her silence, or will you misread her, like other man has before do? She tries to hide her attention, but her subconscious keeps giving her away. She pretend not to look at you or talk to others while you're nearby. She might not even say hello when you enter the room, but then you catch her glancing when she thinks you're not. You feel her presence around you more often than coincidence allows. She laughs at your jokes even when she's not part of the conversation. She positions herself where she can hear you since you feel your energy without offer saying a word to you. Why? Because she's interested, but she doesn't want you or anyone else to know. So, she does what so many emotionally intelligent women do when they're overwhelmed by her strong attraction. She starts managing her presence around you, hiding behavior. While her entire nervous system is begging for connection, she's paying attention to you, your words, your tone, your energy, all of it. Even when her eyes avoid yours, her focus is razor-sharp doden. Here's the hidden truth. The woman woe avoids you most might be the one woe's thinking about you the most. 3. She overcorrects into formality just to keep herself composite. There's a moment when a woman realizes you've impacted her emotionally, not just physically, not just intellectually, but emotionally. And when that happens, something strange occurs. She doesn't flirt more. She becomes more formal, almost mechanical, polished, distant. It's her shield. She'll avoid casual touches. She stopped joking as much. She'll speak carefully, not because she wants to push you away, but because she's trying to stay composed while her feelings are spiraling underneath the surface. This is the paradox. The deeper her attraction runs, the more proper she becomes, as if professional distance or cold, suppress. Emotional intimacy, as if treating you like a stranger could quiet fire inside her. And yet the signal waste lake through the hesitation in voice, the unnecessary boundaries, the constant. It's not rejection. It's restrained, and it means you're more powerful in her world than she's ready to admit. For Shamir is you not consciously but instinctivize one of the most primal signs of when someone's emotionally sensed with you. They begin consciously copy your body language, rhythm, tone, and gestures, even your breathing. And when a woman likes you to plea, but is trying to keep it hidden, mirroring becomes a silent leak of her suppressed emotions. She might, said the way you sit it. Cross her legs when you do. Sip her drink after you sip yours. Mash your emotional energy when you speak. This isn't flattery. It's not manipulation. It's chemistry that's too strong to contain. It's her emotional system attuning to yours, even when her words say nothing at all. And here's where the Stoic man pays attention. You don't look for what she says, you read how she moves around, how she responds to your stillness, how matches your calm without realizing that kind of subconscious sensing is never faked. Raw attraction bleeding through the mask of normally 5. She brings up other men but watch seocculously when she does. When a woman likes you but is trying to gauge your interest or protect her pride, she may mention other men in passing. Maybe she says, I went on this date. My friend said something funny. Men are the worst, but here's the key. She isn't telling you about those men. She's watching you. She wants to know, are you listening? Are you affected? Do you seem disinterested or possessive? Do your eyes shift? Do you stay calm? It's not a game. It's a mo. She's trying to read ya without exposing herself. Because she's fallen for you. She's also afraid of falling alone. And so she peasantly, cautiously, intentionally. And if you remain steady, unfazed, masculine, curious, but not reactive, you show her something powerful. You're the kind of man who doesn't flinch. And that's exactly the kind of man she secretly wants to open up to. 6. She tells you have stories, then retreats into safety. One moment she's telling you about her childhood, the next she's changing the subject. 1 minute she gets vulnerable, then immediately pulls back with a laugh or a joke. This ice emotional exposure in real time. She gives you a glimpse of her heart. But second, she feels seen. She hides it on why? Because you've touched a nerve. You've accessed a space inside her that most men never reach. And osmic assurance to go deeper. She's afraid of what you'll see, and whether you'll stay. So she gives you breadcrumbs of depth, tiny tests of safety. Silent invitations for connection masked as casual stories. But if you respond with calm presence, nourish, no pressure, no judgment, that's when she begins to trust you with the rest of the story. And once a woman trusts you emotionally, she starts giving you something even more valuable than her attention, her truth points. Even she disappears emotionally, not to reject you, but to contain herself fears. the hardest to accept, and the most misunderstood. Sometimes, when a woman truly likes you, she distances herself emotionally, physically, suddenly no warning. Obvious reason, just a shift. You'll feel her fade from your world. And I fear, trained, you'll assume she's last interest, but the reality she's overwhelmed by the depth of her feelings, and her first instinct is control. She needs space to think, analyze, to protect her dignity. To Caesar, she's not falling for a man who might not fall back. This silence isn't itself preservation. She's stepping away to keep her emotions from overtaking her judgment and her paradox. If you chase, she runs faster. If you panic, she asks her. But if you stay calm, grounded in your masculine stillness, she feels safe. She remembers why she felt sawed to you in the first place. And eventually, she returns. Not with wolves' time, but with curiosity, because you've shown her that emotional diff doesn't have too many emotional deaths. So now that who have seen the science, you understand what most men of a will. That when a woman likes you to plea, it doesn't always look like what to expect. It's not always flirty. It's not always obvious. It's not always loud. Sometimes it's a subtle silence, a sudden distance, a casual glance, a quiet shift in energy that speaks louder than any words could. And the difference between the average man and the grounded, emotionally aware is that the average man gets confused, impatient, or insecure. Haned's answers, he wants proof. He chased what's already trying to come toward him. In doing so, pushes it away. But the high-value man, the Stoic man, he doesn't rush. He doesn't demand that. He observes, hessences. He waits because Hennessy isn't always shown. Sumetum is it's hidden because it's real. And if she's hiding how she feels about you, that alone is a sign that you've stirred something deeper. Thanest surface, level interest. So don't overreact. Don't question your worth. Don't chase after clarity. That time will reveal. Instead, remain calm. Remain grounded. And let her and you show you what her words want, because eventually she won't be able to hide a ton more. Now, if this video hit something in you, if it gave you insights you've never heard before, if it helped you finally decode what a certain woman may be feeling, don't leave without doing one small thing. Tap that like button. Not for the algorithm, but to tell me you're one of the few men woke truly gets it. Hit subscribe if you're ready to leave behind surface level dating advice and step into a deeper understanding of female psychology, attraction, and Stoic mass. Don't click that bell icon so you don't miss what's coming next. Because here on Stoic Paradox, we don't play games, we master the inner world. And if there's a woman in your life right now who's been sending mixed signals, confusing energy, or emotional puzzles, let me know in the I read of it. I respond when I can, and always keep it real. Remember, this real connection isn't loud, it's subtle, it's emotional. Stoic. And dense. You learn to read between the lines, you'll never gain mistake distance for to send a rest. Until next time, stay calm, stay clear, stay grounded. This is Stoic Paradox, and you've just unlocked a level massmen never reach. I'll see you in the next